My name is Corey Wimpey. I'm the owner of the Plumbers Guild. We are based out of Atlanta, Georgia, and we do residential plumbing service. So water heaters, sewer lines, water filtration, really runs the gambit. If it's plumbing, we do it. I think that I first seen plumber SEO on YouTube. I've dealt with multiple SEO companies in the past, and through looking up plumbing and YouTube, I guess the algorithm had pushed you guys, it's in the name, plumbing and HVAC SEO. I had watched a ton of content that Josh puts out. I always thought that, plumbing and HVAC SEO was honestly a little bit different because most of the people that I've dealt with, they cover such a vast array of people that they work with, but, they specialize in plumbing and HVAC companies. I had reached out to Christian Ortega and at the time, and he had told me that basically they had already had another plumbing, I think 2 or 3 plumbing companies that they were working with in Atlanta. So you guys were not available to add me in. And so I asked him if he would please put me on a list whenever, if a spot became available, to give me a call, that I would like to be the first guy in Atlanta that they called if they had an opportunity. And that's how everything played out. He had texted me one day, and I had talked to him, and that was it. Immediately, soon as he gave me the call, I pretty much canceled with my current, SEO company, and now I'm doing business with you guys. Just knowing that there had to be more in regards to what I was receiving. The original SEO guy that I did business with was very good to me, and he did a great job. But plumbing runs in my family, and we were all drinking our water from the same hole, so to speak. There was a lot of people that was using the same SEO guy that I knew, and I just wanted to branch out, and that was how I wound up on YouTube seeking out new SEO people, and I came across you guys. And I mean, I had done a lot of research. But just wanting to see what was out there and increase my leads. I left that company, went to another company, had a bad experience. It wasn't a great experience there. My leads actually dropped. Everything went down in revenue. But I stuck to the plan. I tried to do business with you guys before the last company that I had. And like I said, at the time, you guys didn't have any available openings. But I just reached out because, like I said, I've watched so many videos of Josh explaining everything. I forget what he calls it, but he's got the little circle up there, and it triangulates everything and tells you the lead flow and what needs to happen here. But he could just speak to things on a certain level that I was experiencing within my company, and he could say things in depth that just really spoke to me. And in essence, the people that I was working with, they didn't have YouTube videos up. They didn't have a lot of social stuff going on. So it was just easy to kind of come through y'all's doors and be able to absorb all of that content and know that, this was the direction I wanted to go. My experience in business, I can't say like I haven't had the story of, we were just struggling for work. We couldn't find anything to do, but I come from a long lineage of plumbers. I'm a 3rd generation plumber, and a lot of my family members own plumbing companies as well. But I used to do like a lot of commercial work, and about 2 years ago, I've tried to dedicate to letting go of all the commercial and going completely residential, which has been the big push for upping my SEO efforts and trying to find the right people to do business with. Because I don't, I only want to do residential plumbing, for 90%, 98% of it. I'll take the right job if it comes along. But business was going good. But like I said, it's just, I don't want to be, I want to be better than good. So that's what, kind of what I'm doing here is trying to seek that out and figure out how to go from good to great. I like Christian a lot, through the beginning phases when he finally reached out, and asked me if I wanted to come on board with you guys. He was very heavily involved, very attentive to all my questions. There was a lot of email correspondence back and forth. Nothing but great things to say. Everything that I've experienced up to this point, has been top notch, and I can say that because, like I said, I've dealt with multiple SEO companies in the past. I enjoyed the onboarding process, the level of depth that you guys go into in terms of asking the right questions, which was, a new thing for me. But I've had a very good experience thus far. It went from Christian to you. You have been super attentive. You have taken the time to help me do things from my past SEO companies in returns in regards to like Google Ads policies and things that I just don't have any expertise in. I believe it was actually Labor Day weekend. You were reaching out to me on Sunday night at like 7 o'clock when most people would not. My website went down. You were the one that got it back up for me. So, 5 stars all the way, Dane. I really appreciate what you've done thus far, and you have been an absolute pleasure to work with doing the Zoom calls. You've got a great personality. And I think Christian and Josh are very lucky to have you. The SEO, y'all have already built and put live. We have a new website, which, we've covered that earlier, but it was a huge upgrade, from what I was currently or formerly rocking compared to what I have now. But from a business perspective, in regards to why I want someone to handle that for me is because my job is to run a plumbing company, and I don't have the expertise to know how to build SEO and do PPC and LSA correctly. And it all really comes back full circle and ties into what I was talking about earlier in terms of really looking on YouTube and studying Josh's stuff and, watching the hour-long podcast, that helped me inform and make my decision to say, hey, this is a company you can do business with that will be able to run your SEO, your PPC, and handle the marketing efforts that, I'm a small business. I can't bring in a marketing team and do it in-house. I have to go outside of that and search for professionals. But, you guys have also set up a lot of stuff on the website that would have never occurred to me, that was never brought up to me by anyone else in my past SEO companies that I've worked with, such as just forums on the website, the way things should be structured, scrolling bars, just everything, the tiny little details and minutia that, like I said, the average person just doesn't see and doesn't think about. That's the whole reason you do business with people like y'all, is because y'all understand, this box should go here. Is mundane as that sounds, that's what you need from a business perspective, is somebody who's checking in on those things that, you don't have time to check in, or furthermore, wouldn't know to check in on. You can't survive without, SEO if you're serious about business and building a company. And, again, having dealt with a lot of different ones, I would definitely tell them that, go see Plumbing and HVAC SEO and see if they can help you out. I do have goals. I want to double, my revenue. We'll see next year. I want to double the leads, the revenue, all of that good stuff.